I'm Alison. I'm the director of the Google School for Leaders. The Google School for Leaders is Google's internal center of excellence for manager and leader development. So my team looks at what managers and leaders at Google need in order to be successful today and tomorrow. And we design learning experiences that support them in enabling that. So learning culture is something that's very important to me personally. I recognize that in order to build a high-performing team, learning culture sits at the very center. One of the things that tells me about a culture of learning is the volume of questions that's happening on a team, both the volume of initial questions, but then also follow-up dialogue. Or how do I learn more about that? And what's that level of curiosity? And then there's also something which is the importance of modeling. I can't show up and expect other people to be learning if I'm not learning myself. So how am I asking questions? How am I asking for help? How am I expressing that I don't necessarily know everything that's being shared with me, even if there's an assumption that as the leader I probably should? And then being okay to say, well, I don't quite understand that. Can you help me? Again, not necessarily the easiest thing to do, and certainly not necessarily the easiest thing to do if you're new in a role. But I've found that it's one of the quickest ways to actually build trust, build relationships, and be able to establish, again, who you are, how you're coming to the table, and what's important to you. I think when it comes to ongoing learning, there's something important to recognize that learning is fundamentally an always on habit. So it's not that you leave the office and you stop learning. It's not that you come into the office and you start learning. It's more of a mindset. One of the more recent elements of my own learning journey has been adoption of AI. I was also a bit worried and a little bit overwhelmed. I didn't quite know where to begin. But at the same time, I recognized that unless I began somewhere, I couldn't really ask my team to begin somewhere either. And so that opportunity and that need for me to be able to try a thing, role model it, and be open to what I was learning or not feeling able to learn felt important. One of the things that we believe in is the ability to be able to share those learnings with the team so that we can all collectively improve and get better. AI can support a culture of learning in many different ways. A really recent example was last week. Several team members got together in advance of that meeting. We uploaded several documents into a notebook in Notebook LM, and we actually began by asking the Notebook LM if it was writing our strategy for us, what would it be? So the fact that we were able to come to the table on the first morning with something that was a point of view that we were then able to help shape and discuss was really beneficial. One of the most important things for new managers to understand is their role in leading the people on their teams. That's always something that's going to be uniquely human, that the manager needs to show up for and deliver.